What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here, bringing you another trailer analysis because this is the Venom trailer that was just released yesterday, and I really wanted to collect my thoughts and really delve into this for you guys. And keep in mind, this is actually the second trailer that was released. The first trailer was released earlier in the year, and I will actually leave a link at the end of this video for that trailer analysis if you want to watch that as well. But this trailer shows so much more about the symbiote and Eddie Brock's character and what they're going to do for the villain, all sorts of things. And this has such a great comic book feel that I really felt like I needed to make this video. So let's delve right in, guys. So it kind of starts out and just kind of showing Eddie Brock's character. He's a reporter, which is great. They're keeping it close to the comics, and he's investigating the Life Foundation from Earth 616. If you guys have read the comics, you know what I'm talking about with that. But just to give you a little bit of backstory in the comic books, and this is taken straight from the Marvel Wiki, just so you guys know, the Life Foundation believed that at the conclusion of the Cold War, that it would bring a nuclear holocaust that would result in the mutually assured destruction of modern civilization. And then to that end, they constructed a large fallout shelter and provided a place for their wealthy clients to live comfortably. And in order to protect the future utopian society, they created 5 Kleinar. Now, to go into the Kleinar, this is actually just the symbiotes that we recognize from the comics. This is the actual name for the race of aliens that is the symbiotes that take over people. And as you'll see in this image here, it is showing the other symbiotes other than Venom. There's actually 6 total symbiotes. It is Venom, Agony, Phage, Riot, Lasher, and Scream. And the reason that I point this image out is because in the trailer it is heavily emphasized that Riot will actually be the villain to Venom, if you want to call it that, because Venom's not really a hero, but he will actually be the villain in the movie. And it shows right here, if you actually see, I have an image coming up right here, that there's actually someone made an image on Google where they compared the trailer footage with the comic book footage, and as you can see, Riot has a heavy emphasis of white with little hints of black, and there's a clear shot of that in the trailer where it looks like that's who it's going to be as Riot, just based on the way that the design looks and everything like that. But anyway, let's get right back into the trailer here.
I found something really bad, and I have been taken.
So right there in the trailer, it is presumably showing him escape from the Life Foundation after he was, going in there to report on some things. They don't really show much in the trailer as to how he gets in there. I'm sure he gets like a lead or something. If you guys have played the Outlast game, it's kind of like that. How Miles went to that asylum. It's kind of probably like that. He got a lead. He went in there when he wasn't supposed to, and then the symbiote Venom grabbed a hold of him, and that's kind of what this is showing when he says he's taken.
Look around at the world. What do you see? A planet on the brink of collapse.
So according to IMDb, this is actually Dr. Carlton Drake, played by Riz Ahmed. If you guys have seen Nightcrawler, that's another movie that this actor is in. Very good actor. But Dr. Carlton Drake is actually a very interesting character in the comics. He is actually the leader of the Life Foundation, and he's constantly fighting Spider-Man and Venom, because later on, if you guys have read the comics, you know that Spider-Man and Venom, they team up. They become more of a team. Venom is actually more of like an anti-hero than a villain, but that's beside the point. But actually in the comics, he turns into a character called Homo Arachnus, and I'll actually show an image right here. And to just keep a long story short, he basically has cancer in the comics. He's looking to cure it, and so he starts a project called the Arachnus Project, and it actually, similar to like the Lizard, Spider-Man has a lot of villains that have like side effects beyond what they anticipated. He turns into kind of like a mutant spider instead of I think it cures his cancer, but he turns into a monster in the process. And so I think it's going to be different in the movie what they do with him, because in the next scene of the trailer, it kind of just shows him testing the symbiote on people. And I have a theory that, well, I don't really have a theory because it kind of shows it, but I think he becomes Riot in the movie instead of Homo Arachnus, which, you know, that's fine because this movie's already very different. I don't even think we're going to see Spider-Man in this movie. Hopefully we will eventually, because I don't know how you can do Venom without Spider-Man.
Are disposable. Like man and symbiote combined. This is a new race, a new species. A higher life form.
What do you want from me?
You will find out.
I'm so sorry.
So going on from there, just seeing what it just showed in the trailer, it looks like Eddie Brock gets captured. Somehow the symbiote Venom gets attached to him, and he uses the Venom symbiote to break out. Looks like they're chasing him as well, the Life Foundation, because they want to keep this contained. But, you know, he escapes, obviously. He's kicking their butts, and it shows this, like, car chase. I'm assuming, like, all of this is what happens when he's escaping.
We cannot just hurt people.
Look into my eyes, Eddie. The way I see it. We can do whatever we want.
Now this, guys, this is absolutely fantastic. I freaking love how he actually will, like, come out and talk to him. Like, they're just going with it. They're going with this comic book feel, where they're just making it exactly the way they need to make it. I love how they're making this like its own organism, because that's what it is. This is an alien organism, and it comes out and talks to him and says, we can do whatever we want. You know, I just love it. I love the voice of Venom, just everything about that.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
Right there's really cool too, his dialogue where he says so many snacks, you know, eyes, tongue, pancreas. That's really awesome because they're going into the primal nature of this alien. Like I said, this is an organism. This is not Eddie Brock. This is almost like the Hulk in the comics, but it's just like a completely messed up version of it. And they're just going with it. They're just going with this comic book Venom, and I absolutely love it. As you can see in this screenshot, it looks fantastic, guys. Just great.
That power, it's not completely awful.
And right here is just a brief close-up of Venom just coming at you. That looks amazing. That's just like right out of the comic book panels. Just wanted to talk about that for like 2 seconds. But the next character I wanted to talk about was this character played by Michelle Williams. It looks like it's going to be Anne Whaling. That's what IMDb says. And this is actually She-Venom in the comics, guys. I'm not sure if this is going to be a romantic interest for Eddie Brock in the movie, or if they will actually build this up to be She-Venom. Again, it depends on how well this movie does, if we're going to actually get sequels or not. But it looks like Sony's trying to make their own like Venom cinematic universe after the Amazing Spider-Man universe failed. But this is an image of She-Venom from the comics. She looks freaking awesome. Also, this would be really cool if they could actually get this going as a cinematic universe, and maybe Tom Holland could be part of this at some point as Spider-Man. Who knows what's going to happen.
Eddie, cooperate. And you just might survive.
Guys, you do not want to do this, trust me.
I love that line in the trailer too, that it says the world has enough superheroes. This is kind of playing off, in my opinion, the fact that superhero movies are becoming very, very draining at this point. Like, superhero fatigue is a thing, guys. I saw the Avengers, but I haven't even seen like Black Panther or Ant-Man yet, just because I'm getting so tired of seeing superhero movies, so many of them in a year. And it's really funny that they kind of admit that in the trailer. And this is also cool because this is going to be a villain narrative. This is kind of what Suicide Squad was supposed to be, where it was just a villain narrative, but that movie was just so bad, in my opinion, that it didn't work. And who knows if this movie will work, but they're kind of going for that. Like, that was DC's attempt at it. This is kind of Marvel's attempt at it. Marvel, Sony's, where they're just going to go with this whole symbiote thing throughout the rest of these movies.
Giant leaps will always come at a cost.
Now there's two shots that I've added right here, and these are two of my favorite shots in the whole trailer. And this is, I believe, Riot. And I think that Carlton's character will actually be the one that ends up being Riot. But this is a really cool shot. It shows him turning his arms into like giant axe blades, guillotines, and he just slices through this entire office building, as you guys have already seen because I'm talking about this after. But this shot right here especially, that is just ripped right from the comic panels. That is easily the coolest shot in the entire trailer, guys. It's Riot grabbing Eddie Brock's Venom and just ripping it off of him. And as you can see both of them, you can like see their faces coming out of the symbiotes. Very creative, very awesome. Like I said, they're just going for it, and I love it. I love the Venom in the back, just like, blah, like, you know, with his tongue hanging out, and Riot's just like coming at it with those huge arms. And as you'll see in this final scene coming up, they just give another nice little dialogue tidbit. But something I did want to mention really quick, why I'm posting this, is there is no spider logo on Venom. That's something that I really feel like I need to talk about, because they're basically distancing it from Spider-Man, at least for this movie, because Sony and Marvel are having this like battle with the Spider-Man rights, which is really annoying. But it looks like because of that, for the time being, we won't be getting Venom and Spider-Man in a movie. We might not even get him for a couple movies, because I know Marvel has the rights to him for like another 1 or 2 movies. They're going to make 2 more Homecoming sequels. Then maybe we can see Venom and Spider-Man together. I hope this movie is successful, and I hope it's good, so that we can get more Venom movies, maybe build up to the Venom Spider-Man versus Carnage team-up that is in the comics. One of the coolest storylines, I think, in the comics. As you see in this image here, you know, Spider-Man and Venom and Carnage all in one image. Like I said, Venom's more of an anti-hero, so in the comics, Spider-Man and him actually kind of have to team up because Carnage is so powerful. He's untamed. So let's see what happens with the movies to get up to that point. I mean, I hope that Spider-Man is successful and Venom is successful, and somehow Sony and Marvel can work their crap out and possibly give us this movie that we all want, because this would be a huge moneymaker, guys. Let's not even get that twisted. Spider-Man and Venom and Carnage in the same movie, done in a good way, because we're not counting Spider-Man 3, has been something that fans have been wanting for years, me included. I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. He's my favorite superhero. And Venom is one of my favorite villains. He probably is my favorite villain, close next to the Joker. But I would absolutely just love to see this movie happen, this team-up movie that I've been wanting for years. And I don't think I'm the only one that wants that as well. This has massive potential here, guys. This is actually where I wanted the Amazing Spider-Man series to head before it was canceled. They were going to do the Sinister Six, and then I was hoping they were going to do Venom and Carnage. But now we're kind of just getting it in a different way, and I don't mind Tom Holland as Spider-Man if they can somehow bring him into this universe. But anyway, let's get to the end scene of the trailer.
We will eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
And that right there is just kind of a funny scene, guys. I like the turd in a wind comment. That was pretty unexpected. And they're kind of going a little bit comedic with some of these parts, as you'll see coming up. But it looks like Venom's just going to go on rampages, man. He's just going to start feasting on people, just random people. And that's great because, you know, he is an animal. The symbiote is an animal, and it needs to feed. And so that's really awesome that they're doing that.
Oh, I have a parasite. Yeah. Name is Chen.
And so there you have it, guys. That is my Venom Trailer 2 analysis. What do you guys think about what I've said? What do you guys think about maybe your own thoughts on this trailer? I'm just kind of showing off some of my older artwork as well, just to kind of have something to have in the background while I talk. This is art that I've done over the years, but yeah, I'm really excited for this movie. Like I said, I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. I really want these movies to be successful. I wasn't the hugest fan of Spider-Man Homecoming just because I thought that it suffered from a lot of the Marvel problems, the Marvel Cinematic Universe problems, where they treat everything like a comedy. But I think Michael Keaton as the Vulture was great, and I think Tom Holland as Spider-Man really is good, guys. I think Tom Holland knows how to play Peter Parker and Spider-Man respectively. I just don't think he was given a very good script for that particular movie. But we'll have to see how Venom does and see if they can possibly tie this in, because I would absolutely love to see these two characters on screen done right, not Spider-Man 3 style, done correctly, and then just kind of see where we could go from there. But yeah, the sky is the limit for this franchise, guys. It really is. So as always, guys, this has been Jigsaw0097. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I make videos on here regularly, and you'll probably like what I have. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.